The Seiko SKX is definitely a popular watch. Can't deny that it isn't popular among the watch community, and that's for some good reasons. However, the SKX also has its fair share of those that don't really like it or appreciate it, and there's also fair reasons for that. Today we're taking a look at 3 of my loves and hates for the Seiko SKX007. So I do have a complete review for this watch on my channel. If you click the top right corner of this video right now, you can see that video. I'm just gonna give you some things that I like and hate about this watch. So let's start off with the 3 loves like most of my videos. The first love has to be the bracelet. I know a lot of people are going to give me a ton of crap for that because they don't really like the bracelet, and it is infamous for being very cheap feeling. However, the cheap feeling is exactly what makes it so comfortable. The bracelet is going to be on contact with your wrist the most, so it should be comfortable. If you look at how flimsy it is, it's extremely flimsy. There's a lot of play in the bracelet, especially being a Jubilee bracelet. This kind of feels like a old vintage Rolex Jubilee bracelet, and those are inherently very comfortable, and this is what it exactly feels like. Being hollow links in the center, it is very free flowing, and it really accommodates your wrist really well. The clasp itself isn't really something to be too happy about. It's not something special. It's just another Seiko clasp. Cheap, fold over, click, not milled, but pressed bracelet. It does the job well. It keeps the watch on the wrist, and it does snap into place nicely with the double click. The next love about this watch has to be the Lume. Seiko's Lume is probably one of the best in the market, I have to say. It's long lasting and it's really bright. I really didn't wear watches when I go to sleep. I found it kind of stupid, but I wanted to see what it's all about. So I tried it on for a few days, and I have to admit, I kind of like wearing a watch when I sleep. It's not really that uncomfortable because this watch is very comfortable to wear. Since the Lume is so long lasting, whenever I look at the watch at the middle of the night, the Lume is always kind of there. It's this bright green Lume, and it's just really outstanding. The last love about this watch has to be its price. At around $200 right now, I think you can get it for just a little bit under $200. This is really easily replaceable if anything does happen to it. The movement is a 7S26. It's not that expensive, easily replaceable. You can also upgrade the movement to different movements like the NH36 or the 6R15 if you can find one. So being so cheap, I'm not really too scared about damaging the watch or misplacing it because I know it is more readily available than other watches. Being so affordable also makes me carefree about this watch a little bit more than my other pieces. If this watch does get scratches, I'm not going to be too bummed out because I know that it's not something really expensive where it's going to cost me a fortune to replace or get fixed up. So let's move on to the hates about this watch. The first hate is something very common about the SKX users. This watch is not hand widenable or hacking. The hacking part doesn't really bother me, but the inability to hand wind the watch does kind of upset me. The only real way to wind this watch up is to keep it on your wrist because it's an automatic, or keep it on a winder. If I don't wear this watch for a few days, maybe a day or two, the watch does stop running, so the date also is affected and the day. So there's kind of a bunch of things you have to set up if you want to wear the watch again. Of course, you can just screw out the crown and set the time, but it's just one of those things where I wish the watch was always running. So having a hand winding watch will really eliminate that problem because I can just wind the watch whenever I see it throughout the day. The next hate has to be the crown. I find myself having a real annoying time trying to take this crown in and out. It's not like the best placement for it, honestly. The crown guards are pretty big out there, so it doesn't really leave that much space for you to get a good grip on the crown to have it out. And the last hate about this watch has to be the little quality control issues that Seiko has with a lot of their lower end watches. You know, misalignment with the chapter ring and the misalignment with the bezel clicks is something that does bother me. The chapter ring not so much because I don't really look at it too much, but the bezel alignment definitely does bother me because if I try to click this at exactly 12, it's not really at the 12 o'clock position. It's just a little bit hair off to the side here. So that's just a little thing that bothers me when I look at it. If I want to set it perfectly to the 12 o'clock position, it's not really at a click, but really in between 2 clicks here. Yeah. But that's just a little nitpicking. You know, there's plenty of people who don't really care about this. So that was my 3 loves and hates about the Seiko SKX007. I love to hear your guys' 3 loves and hate about this watch in the comment section below. So as always, thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, please make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I will try to post as much as I can, and if you guys have any video requests, please do let me know. My email or comment below. I'll try to get to them as soon as possible. So that's about it. I hope you guys have a nice day.